driving through the gate every morning when I come to work. I sit there and I get to pass by. It's 009 is the aircraft tail number, and yeah, she is a very good-looking aircraft. It holds a special place in my heart where I get to sit there and drive by and see her sitting on display there, looking her best. The H-60 really was, I'd say, transformational almost. So it was a workhorse. It was rugged, reliable, maintainable, agile, fast. Our main charter was combat search and rescue, but within AFSOC, we also would do other missions that were significant to special ops. But that was one of the main missions that we trained for, was combat search and rescue. It brought a unique capability to the command. So they had a rapidly deployable capability in that 55th SOS and the MH-60G. I think our requirement was to be able to be airborne once we landed in a C5 within an hour, and usually we could be airborne within 30 or 40 minutes, but our best time, I believe, was 25 minutes, which is pretty amazing. There are several operations the MH-60 was involved in. One of the main ones that I remember, we thought it was just going to turn into any other sit and alert. Colonel Lachine, obviously at the time, was the mission commander. We were getting ready to just land, and all of a sudden it came through. We heard the Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Probably the epitome, and talking about what was going through my mind. Never been more scared in my life. It was a long night. The weather was bad. The threats were high, and it was kind of a no-fail mission. We knew that it was a no-fail mission. We were going to figure out a way to do it. When we landed, we got off the berth. The sun was up. We had already taken our pilot, turned him over to the C-130 crew, and he was on his way back to Italy. And I sat down. At the time, I used to smoke. Colonel Lachine come up, and obviously I was rattled, right? You just come off the craziest thing you've ever done up until that point, at least for me in my career. And he sits down right beside me. Sean, how you doing? And he's like, and he doesn't smoke. Sean, can I have one of your cigarettes? He sat down with me to sit there and kind of, you're not alone. You're not the only person that did this. We all did this, and I'm going to sit down. I'm just going to have a cigarette with you and make sure you're all right. The squadron was very tight-knit, although we were actually pretty hard on ourselves. We held ourselves to a pretty high standard. For that particular squadron, the 55th SOS, it was a very special place, and we had the right people, the right leadership, always took care of the teams that we supported. For a long time, when I was at the 55th, we were the squadron that never said no, but we always had that attitude is, we're going to get whatever done when asked of us. There was definitely attitude with inside the squadron to sit there and try a little harder and go out a little better than everybody else. We had an incredibly capable group of people in the 55th SOS, so we were very proud of the work we did, proud of the mission that we had, and like Sean was saying, we're eager to jump in and support any of the teams that we work with on a regular basis. So, I mean, I still keep in touch with a lot of the folks from the squadron. We shut the squadron down 25 years ago, so to say that there was a bond is probably an understatement. The aircraft has been involved in almost every major operation since the mid to late 80s. Modified, heavily, provided us really a special capability for both special operations and combat search and rescue. That tail number 009 earned her spot. She did her job. The aircraft left AFSOC. They all got turned over to a combat rescue and ACC, where they did amazing missions in Afghanistan. And so they did amazing things, bringing back those wounded soldiers, not even U.S., other partner nations that were in there with us doing the mission. There's countless stories about them being brought home because these guys would come in just selflessly being fired upon and just coming in and going, we're going to save this person's life and bring it home. Today's not your day. We're going to make sure you have another day. And to sit there and know that this aircraft was a part of it, more reason to sit there and put a little smile on my face every time I drive by it, because I know she did so many things.